welcome back to Postscript, All Creatures Great and Small. I'm Beth Cappello.
And I'm Alli Amorós.
Today we're going to talk about Christmas in the Dales. Did you get to really enjoy it?
Yes.
I'm excited.
And as you know, I'm coming from behind the camera now. So you're going to have to pull it out of me because I'm so used to being behind the scenes and reacting like this.
I know.
Silently.
I kept trying to get you a mic.
Yeah, I know.
And we're on camera.
We
so
are
that's
on camera.
Cool too.
Welcome. We're on camera now. So this will be fun.
I know. I'm really excited. We're going to start this off with talking about Christmas in the Dales, and then we'll break it down and go into season 4, each episode as we go along and watch it with you.
It's so cozy now. Look at our beautiful set designed by our great designer, Helen. Like, this is so cute and cozy. It's a good way to kick it off.
It is. And it's getting us in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Okay. But before, I just want to acknowledge, we wouldn't be able to do this without your support. We know that you love meeting us here week after week and to chat about All Creatures Great and Small and other PBS shows like Miss Scarlet and the Duke or World on Fire. It's actually been a lot of fun being able to do that with you, with our other hosts as well. So just so you know, if you go to witf.org/mosaic, you can make a gift of support that's right for you. Anything from $5 to $50 and beyond that. Your financial support will help us grow programs like Postscript.
Yep. Every little bit helps. So if you go to witf.org/mosaic, you can scroll down and explore all of those shows, but you can also click a link and that'll take you directly to our fundraising page. Everything helps. It goes a long way. So we thank you so much in advance. We also want to invite you to participate. We want to read your comments. We want to interact with you. So if you go on YouTube where you can see our video podcast, go to youtube.com/@WITFmosaic and we'll chat with you there. You could also comment, and subscribe in any podcast platform that you're listening to.
That's true.
That's it. It's easy to do.
I know. Are you ready to jump in?
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
We're here. I love this show.
I know.
I'm very excited to be here with you.
I know. I haven't watched. I'm going to rewatch because I have to. I always rewatch things, and I love this show so much. But I especially loved the Christmas in the Dales episode because, perfect timing, of course, Christmas time. Yep. It's December. Holidays. We're all set up and everything. And they're all talking about getting you into the holiday spirit and ready for All Creatures Great and Small, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's a good ramp up to the new year with the new episodes.
Exactly. So our producer, Aimee, gave us some poppers.
Oh, yes.
Do you want to do that?
This was my favorite part last year.
I know.
Now you get to see us be ridiculous.
Are we going to go on 3 or after 3?
On.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, this is really hard.
We tried. No, that was good.
Okay.
Get that ASMR in there. Sorry if that was a loud crack. Okay, what do we have? I think
I have a piece of paper in it.
Oh, I thought that was a hat. I was wrong.
No,
Sorry,
there is
producer
no
Aimee.
hat. What is this?
What if it's just that?
Is it just the paper?
I don't see anything.
Oh, wait, no. Okay, hold on. Open up the paper.
Wait, I see a crown.
I think it's a hat.
I have a crown.
You have an orange. What color do you have?
Yellow or gold.
Okay. Are we going to wear these now?
Girl, yeah.
Yes. I'm so excited.
Okay.
We have to get into the Christmas spirit before we...
How could we not? I love the crowns. They're so cute.
I know.
On the show, I think it was... Is it season 2 where they're all around the table and they have different hats and they wear them different ways?
They do.
Like a queen.
Do I?
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
Oh, you look so cute.
I feel like the king on... This might be a reference. It's not PBS related, but on Recess, it was like a cartoon kids show.
Oh my
like the
gosh.
king of the playground had a crown. So I feel like when we're gonna play, we're gonna get into the episode.
What else do you have? So I have Post-it notes.
Oh, that's
and then productive. I think there's always like a joke, right?
I wonder if these are Post-its as well. Oh, it's a mini notebook. And I forgot my notebook today. That's perfect.
Oh, it's perfect. Perfect.
I don't know about the jokes.
All right, I have a joke. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What do you call a man who claps at Christmas? Oh my gosh.
Santa Claus?
Oh my gosh, you got it! It's a Santa Claus.
Amazing.
How did you see this before?
No.
Okay. Clearly.
That was the long pause.
Yeah.
The gears were turning.
You were thinking.
Okay. How does a snowman get to work?
He rolls there?
Bicycle.
No.
These are actually kind of good.
That's good.
We love a Christmas dad joke.
Oh, and this is just saying you can buy more poppers wherever you got them from.
Woohoo! It's my favorite time of year.
That's awesome. All right.
So cute.
So, are you ready to talk about this episode?
Of course.
Okay.
These are some of my favorites.
I'm going to start off with the woman's voice. Who is doing this?
The narrator.
Beautiful voice, definitely. But I'm very much like All Creatures Great in Small voice. And it's different accent and stuff. And she seems very Harry Potter-ish to me.
Oh, I like that description.
So, yeah,
she's much more posh. She's like narrating from London, but we're talking about the Dales. So you're like used to getting that.
I think that's what it is. Yeah. She's very, And I was
Let's
just like,
go back to Christmas in the Dales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful voice, definitely.
Yeah.
I was just very much, when I was listening to her, I was like in Harry Potter mode. And I mean, I've said it a million times before. I love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was just interesting to hear that. So anyway, speaking of Harry Potter.
I knew we were going there. That's
we
why I
have
was
to
gonna
go
jump
there.
In, 'cause I love him.
Hugh and Neville Longbottom from Harry Potter.
Yep.
So, season 1, Helen and Hugh. Helen's going to get married to Hugh. Just kidding. But
Poor Hugh.
I miss him.
I do too. And when we were watching this episode, this was a good throwback because I kind of forgot. Without watching it recently, I was like, cool, we're going to go back, see all the highlights. And I'm like, oh, that was the biggest drama of the whole first season.
It was.
Oh my gosh.
It was. And even Helen's actress brought up and said, leaving somebody at the altar is a huge decision to make.
Yeah.
And, not marrying someone, it's big. It's really big. But to do it
then
in the 1937.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Like all the scrutiny and stuff like that. No wonder. But
it added a whole new weight to it because you think a lot of times, and this is why I'm excited to rewatch and go into the new season. A lot of times I'm thinking of it from the perspective of now. And I'm like, I was commenting that way. I'm like, you should leave him or you should do this or that. And I'm like, put yourself in the shoes of, first of all, she's one of the only women in that town who's really like running the farm, except for the other woman in season 3. But it's a big deal. It's a big role when you're the lead of your farm back then. So I'm going to watch out for that coming up. Not just putting my own perspective in now, but thinking of those extra levels from how it would be in 37, 38, 39, 40.
Yeah. You have to reframe a little.
Yeah.
We're pretty modern thinking. So
We are.
But I loved that whole thing and that we got to go back there. And just I have notes here based on the titles of what they went through.
Yeah.
Like season 1, food, Father Christmas, missing loved ones, Christmas in June, kindness, togetherness, like all of that kind of threw me off because I feel like it just kind of loops together.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it, honestly.
I get it because I saw that they were trying to build like the emotional roller coaster for us, which they did.
Always on an emotional roller coaster in All Creatures.
But I get it too. And something producer Aimee said was like some of them, like the kindness headings were like, okay, that's similar to other ones.
Yeah.
So they hit on stuff that was in every Christmas episode.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's crafted so that you get the heightened like, oh my gosh, and then go to commercial break and come back and feel warm and fuzzy and then do it again.
Yep.
So exactly.
Yeah,
What were some of your favorites?
So I wrote down, I liked the Father Christmas thing.
Yeah.
And I actually, how they talked about all the different Father Christmases. So you have Siegfried, James, and Alderson.
Alderson. Papa Alderson. What's his name? Richard?
Yes.
Is it
Oh
Richard?
my gosh. Why didn't I just
pulled that out of nowhere?
Good job.
We did it together.
So, oh my gosh, I have it written right here. It says Richard. So anyway, but they talked about who's the best Father Christmas.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you who your best Father Christmas is.
So in weighing this out, and only because we watched this like recap episode, I noticed it's easy to go with Richard because he's hilarious and he's the most
so
recent
grumpy.
for us. and you think, oh, he's the grumpy one, he was the bad one. They're all a little shady, and I caught this during the recap. So Siegfried takes a shot to loosen up the pipes before he goes to be Father Christmas. And then James and Helen are doing a little hanky-panky before the children walk in. So really, I am still going to circle back to Richard is my favorite because he's grumpy.
You are.
But he's also the least scandalous
The least
at the time.
scandalous.
So I'm going to go with Richard.
You can go with him. I'm going to go with Siegfried because I love Siegfried.
Yes.
So he's so grumpy too.
And
like he's
classic.
just a grumpy person. But
Didn't you love how like Sam West was also fighting for
Siegfried's himself?
The OG.
I know.
He's the best one.
And everybody's just like, Richard. And he's like, clearly it's me. And we're
no
like,
one can top me.
nobody else is thinking that, honey. But okay. I'll think it with
Everyone else
you.
was like flattery by imitation or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I walked so he could run.
Yeah. Sam West is great.
Yes.
I do love him. So they did touch on Mrs. Hall and, her debate with Edward coming or not coming, especially around the holidays, and missing your loved ones, missing Edward, missing family who have gone, like Helen's mom. And so a lot of that was brought forth as well.
Yeah.
So that gave me a lot of love for Mrs. Hall.
Absolutely.
At least at the end of it was season 3 when she finally got to talk to her son again.
Oh my gosh, that was deep. That whole season was heavy, but it starts there. It starts at that Christmas episode because you feel her anticipation, all of the hope building up from that season to see her son again. He was coming to Christmas. Like, I'm so excited to meet him, and like all of the Skeldale house residents to meet him and like get to know him. We get to see his face, and it didn't happen.
I know. I was so sad.
Yeah.
I was really sad for her.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they at least got to talk and stuff like that. So that's good.
They're good, like grounding human empathy moments that a lot of us can relate to, whether it's missing someone who is miles and miles away on Christmas or missing someone who's passed on. That really captures the heart of the show.
Yeah.
So that brings us all in, and we're all like, oh, Mrs. Hall, I feel you.
I know.
Yeah.
But it brings that the love that you have for your family around the holiday season and everything. And really that's kind of like All Creatures Great and Small. It's exactly what all of the actors said in this show too. It's love, community, togetherness. They even go to oh my gosh, Mrs. Pumphrey's house.
Yes. Yeah, that was the other dip in the roller coaster. It's like the loneliness, the longing.
Yep.
Those are all really human emotions, obviously, and it's what brings us all in. So it feels good when you could be a part of it just by watching All Creatures. And you go in and you're like, oh, I'm at Mrs. Pumphrey's too.
I know.
We did have that debate though.
We did. So let's bring it up.
Yeah.
So Mrs. Pumphrey is home by herself. She sent all her staff away because they need to be with family. She doesn't have family.
She's a good woman.
She has Tricky though.
Tricky woo.
I love Tricky so much. So she's by herself. And James is there, and he was having the debate with Helen of like whose house did they go to for Christmas?
Yeah. Oh
and
my
then
gosh, they were like triple booked.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man.
But then they find Mrs. Pumphrey alone, so he's like, well, let's just bring everybody together, and then we don't have to worry about it, which was great.
Yeah.
And they come in, they take everything out, they bring all the food, they even bring her a tree.
I know.
And decorate it. It was really magical. I loved it.
I think that's cute.
Personally, I'd be like, yes, please, like hang out with me. I don't want to be alone on Christmas. Thank you so much. I love this community that we have here and all of that. What are you have a different thought.
We had a different approach, and it was Beth, me, Christina, and producer Aimee. We were all watching, and our first thoughts went to if people are just showing up unannounced, I'm not okay with that. Personally, my house is a little messy sometimes. So
fine.
I was more thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm not ready to receive all these people. But Mrs. Pumphrey, everything was cleaned. It was just covered. So seeing everyone one by one past the window was cute. And that makes sense. So if I was able to receive everyone, then sure, I'd love the surprise. But most of the time, no, thank you. You better warn me before you're coming to my house.
That's so funny. So I grew up, and how we grew up, it was, hey, come here, come here, come here. We had the
Exactly.
parties at our house. People would just come by, knock on the door, and just like come in, hang out, and chill for a while. That is how I grew up. Friends, family, everybody. It was open door policy. Just come
Yeah.
in whenever. So I still have that. I mean, my house is not clean all the time. I have toddlers, so it's hard to do that. But yeah. So I'm always up for it. So if anybody wants to hang out with me,
Come
let me know.
by. I'll come bring you a tree.
Yeah.
We can decorate it.
Oh my gosh, please.
That sounds good.
Please do. Please
Yeah.
do. So that was really nice of them to go to Miss Pumphrey's.
It was.
And then we can go to the Skelldale Christmas parties.
Oh, yeah.
There's always a Skelldale Christmas party.
Always.
Ish.
Yeah.
I mean, because the one year there was not.
Or was it going to be?
There wasn't going to be. And this is always Christmas Eve
Yes.
when they have it. There wasn't going
The
to be, but
dinner.
then Mrs. Hall wanted to hang out with her boo thing. Gerald.
I love him. I love Gerald. I love him.
Oh my gosh.
He's one of my faves.
He's so sweet.
Yeah.
He is. I still love Siegfried though. But he is sweet.
Yeah. I
So.
know. We'll get into that, I'm sure. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's being painted. It's going to be a thing.
I'm sure.
But I love
We'll
him for
see.
what he is and who he is. And
Yeah.
the Christmas episode was a big part of that.
Yeah, yeah. So I had a question for you actually.
Yeah.
So they had this Christmas tree in one of the Skelldale houses, and they were hanging up. I think it was the Skelldale house. Whew. Anyway,
The
they were hanging
candles?
up the paper links.
Oh.
Have you ever linked papers
Yeah.
where you cut them and then you do links?
Yeah.
Have you ever put them on a tree?
I don't think we've ever put him on a tree. We've put him on like
Neither
a mantle.
Yeah, or like,
in a
or just in a
classroom.
yeah, in your classroom because that's when
Yeah.
you do it at school. But
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds like a great idea because my tree is decorated, but I don't have like garland on it
Yeah.
or anything. Like this has tinsel and stuff.
Right.
So
That
I just have
extra pop.
ornaments, and I've
Same.
always had garland growing up. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what
You
is, there's
have?
something. Oh yeah, my mom always had garland. We had to stop
Oh.
the tinsel because the cat ate it and then it came out her butt and we had to pull it out of her
Oh
butt.
my
Not
gosh.
okay.
All creatures.
Tinsel's not
that
good for
fits.
Yeah, yeah,
Call
it does
James.
fit. So call James.
No, you were James in that instance.
We had to pull it out.
Oh,
But tinsel's not
no.
good for animals because they'll eat it.
Yeah.
And they can't process it.
Aw.
But so we did the garland instead.
Smart.
So we've always had garland. And I was like, what's wrong with my tree? So I actually think I might try the links and get the
You
kids
should.
involved.
Oh, they would love that.
Do you think they'd like it?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
well-
remember in school at least, you pick your colors and you'll wrap
Yeah.
it and attach it. But you could also draw on them if you want to do like thicker strips. You could do little stories on each
Oh,
link
yeah,
or
they
write
could
something
draw
you're
on
thankful
them.
for. Plenty of ideas.
Look
could
at you go.
Bedazzle it if you want.
I love that.
That's a lot.
That's a
But
little much.
I don't think. Yeah, I've never.
I'm
seen
a little
that,
hesitant
but
with glitter and toddlers in my house. I like glitter outside
as you should.
because whatever.
Yeah.
But
That would be great though. I think they'd love that new tradition.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any traditions that you do every year?
Girl, that's a good question. I was joking because we just, as my family, we don't all live together anymore because we're grown. But I go to their house. They still like to get the tree together. My sister loves it. So we pick out the tree. We go to a local like fire company and we get a local tree.
Do you cut it or do you just go? It's already pre-cut. Look at your
We
face.
just pick it up. No. I don't know if I'd be opposed to that, but we've never done it yet.
I used to as a kid. We
You
used to
cut down your
go
own
and
tree?
cut down the tree. My dad,
Oh
we'd
my
pick out a tree. We'd go and make a day of it. Cut down the tree and go bring it in. But my mom was sick every winter. We're like, why are you sick? So we got a fake tree. She's not sick. Like she was, I think she's allergic to pine.
She might be allergic.
So it's just
oh
funny.
my
But
gosh.
so,
Well,
but
my
you get the
tradition
tree.
is on that. No, I'm not actually allergic at all, but it's
Oh.
I'm not grinchy. I don't know what it is. It's just sassy perhaps. It was always this big thing of decorating the tree, and I'm the one who likes to hang up one ornament and then drink my hot cider and sit there and watch everyone
do the
it.
work.
That sounds so
Sounds a
lazy.
little diva-ish. I guess
think
that
it
crown
comes
is
from-
perfect for you.
It was equally balanced this year. It wasn't a long thing. We put
Yeah.
on some good music, all did it together. But I think it comes from maybe some perfectionism. Our tree has colorful lights, and I actually love it at the end of the day. Maybe I could share it with you on social. But it's a random mess. We don't have the kind of like organized ornaments that are the base, and then you hang up your trinkets. I know a lot of people who have maybe there's the house that has like these are my collections
picture
from time. I'm
Okay.
just throwing everything on it. It's like
That's what I grew up with.
I like that.
Whatever it
That's what I
is.
grew
My
up with,
mom made
too.
her own ornaments when she was first
Really?
married. They didn't have money to buy ornaments, so she would just make them and like do
Yeah.
all of that and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
she liked that though.
Okay.
And so we have them. We have the kid stuff that we've made as kids and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But right now I have that stuff too. But I have toddlers and I care about those. So I'm like,
Yeah.
toddlers. So I went out and bought plastic for now
Exactly.
so that didn't break.
And
So
then
I
it's
do
kind
have
of a
the
vision, right?
I have the picture perfect
Exactly.
red and white or silver because I was like, we're just gonna do picture perfect for a couple of years, and
Yeah.
then when we get in there, because we
can
have like
add the
hands
sentimental
and stuff
ones.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll add all that in.
I love them both.
Yeah.
But when I've seen friends' houses with the picture perfect, I'm like, I think that's where my mind goes in placing them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna get my sparkly dancers. They're my favorites.
Yeah.
And that's part of it. You unlock the memories all over, and I'm like, oh, I do love this one. I do love this one. So I'll hang those. I'll hang the
It's
ones that
part
I
of
made in second grade.
when you bring them out.
Yeah.
It's part of going through and be like, oh my gosh, look at how little you were. Like when we pulled them
Yeah.
out last year. They're like little faces on like Santa with like they have a triangle, I think, popsicle sticks and a piece of paper, red. And then
Oh.
it's all these cotton balls or
That's
something like
cute.
that. And
Those
so
are
it's
the
like their
best
little face
ones.
with Santa all.
And you'll keep them. Like
So they
we
look
have
like
my
Santa.
sister's preschool ones. We
Yeah.
have them.
So
So
we'll keep them definitely.
that's a good tradition.
Oh, that's
So I'm not a
awesome.
Grinch. I'm not super lazy, but there's elements of that in my tradition.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, everyone, we would love to hear if you have any traditions.
Yeah.
Right. So thank you for listening, watching Postscript. So if you have any traditions, you can email them to us at ps@witf.org. We'd love to know that. You can comment on our short at Instagram and it's at WITFORG for our Instagram handle. So yeah, we'd love to hear from you, your traditions, anything that you might be looking forward to this year for this season. Give us some feedback.
Yeah. What do you think, even though we don't have this season yet, what are your favorite parts of the Christmas specials? And what kind of thread do you want to continue next time? Like one of mine is the romances, whether they're bitter or sweet. But that's something that's in every Christmas episode. So I'm looking forward to that for this year.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you can see us and now you can literally see us. I know we're on camera at witf.org/mosaic, and that is MOSAIC. And we greatly appreciate any gift of support that you have to help keep us going.
Yep.
I want to shout out to our production team behind the camera. We have producer Aimee Bealer. She was an intern last year, and now she's a
Yes.
producer.
Producer Aimee.
Producer Aimee. And then we have Jon Ferreras, who is really helping us behind the scenes with all of the editing and the videos. He is amazing.
Yes.
So
This is
yeah.
a cool new studio.
I know.
Because of these two.
I know we wouldn't be we would not be here without them.
Yeah.
Because they help Helen design and put it all together and set up everything and of course the cameras.
Exactly.
I know. So we'll be back next week. I'm Beth Cappello.
And I'm Allie Amorós.
We'll see you next week.